Okay, now we are going to do a half double crochet. I use this stitch when I'm doing hand or wrist warmers. It's really good. So I have chained 10 here, and I'm going to do one extra chain, which will be my turning chain. Now, in some patterns, it will tell you to chain 2 for your turning chain for a half double, but I prefer to just chain 1 because I like the way it looks. So it depends on the pattern that you're doing, but this is how I do my half double. So I have chain 10 and added an extra stitch for my turning chain. So now get my hands right. So we are going to skip our first chain and we are going to crochet into our second chain. Now, for the half double, you need to yarn over. So we have yarn on our hook. We'll turn our yarn, or we'll turn our hook, sorry, and we are going to go into this stitch. So don't turn this around trying to go like this, trying to get behind the chain. It just makes work for yourself and makes it really difficult. Just let your hook do the work. So we've yarned over. I'll do that again. Yarn over. This is the chain we're going into. So we're turning our hook and we insert our hook and use your fingers to help into the stitch. Now you're going to just grab the yarn, so it's on the hook, and you're going to pull that right through that stitch. Now we can see that we have 3 loops on our hook. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to finish our half double crochet by yarn over and again turn the hook down so it's facing down and be able to go through the stitches. Now this has to go through all the loops on the hook. So we've 1, 2, 3, and this is our yarn over. Our hook is facing down, so it will go through all the stitches. And that is our first half double crochet. Now here is our next chain that we go into. And we do the same thing again. We yarn over and we're going to insert our hook into the next chain, and we're going to grab the yarn so it's hooked, and we're going to just slide your hook through the stitch. Now we can use our thumb and our middle finger to just give it a little wiggle if necessary to make sure that our loops on our hook aren't too tight, because if they are, you are not going to be able to get the yarn through these stitches. So then we yarn over again and we're going to pull through the first stitch, the second stitch, and the third stitch, and that is our second half double crochet. So we can move now to our next stitch, which is just here. So we will yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch, we grab the yarn, we pull it through. We can use our finger and our thumb to give it a little wiggle if we need to. Then we will yarn over and we will pull through all 3 stitches. So this is our next stitch. We yarn over, we insert our hook into the stitch, we grab our yarn, bring it through, and we have 3 loops on our hook. We yarn over and we will pull through all of them. So we'll keep going till we get to the last stitch. So yarn over, and we go in, grab some yarn, bring it through, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, go in, grab some yarn, bring it through, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, go into the next stitch, grab some yarn, bring it through, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. We have 3 stitches left. So we keep doing this until we get to our last stitch. Which is here. And we'll do that. And that is our first row of half double crochets. So you see here the very first stitch looks a little bit slanty, so sometimes people forget that. So that's why we do put a stitch marker in. So you know that is your very first stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, you want to do the next row is you're going to chain 1, which counts as our turning chain. Now, like I said at the beginning, some patterns will tell you to chain 2 for a half double crochet, but I prefer chaining 1. So we will turn our work around, and if you tilt this towards you, you can see, so you can see all the little V's that you have to go into. So this is our very first one. Here's this little bit here is our chain stitch. This is our stitch, first stitch that we have to go into. So we yarn over, and remember you're using the hook to move. Don't move this hand because you're making work for yourself, and you also may end up having the yarn twisted around, which will make it really hard for yourself as well. So we yarn over, we go in, and remember, make sure we go into the front loop and the back loop of our half double crochet. So see, and we grab our yarn, pull it through the stitch, and we have our 3 loops on our hook. We yarn over and we pull through all 3. So this is our next stitch. So we yarn over, we go into the stitch, we grab our yarn, bring it through, yarn over, pull through 3. And this is our next one. So we yarn over, we go into the stitch, grab our yarn, bring it through, yarn over, pull through all 3. And here we go again, yarn over, go into the stitch, grab our yarn, bring it through, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we keep doing this until we come to the very last stitch that doesn't really look like a stitch. So, and the more you practice, the easier it will get. Now, you may have it really wobbly, or maybe you'll skip some stitches and you don't have the right number of stitches, but it's easy to unravel it and start again. Now, you think you have gone into the last stitch here, and you think, oh great, I've reached the end, and you have this little bit here. So let's just count. So this was our first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we have 10 stitches. So this here is our last stitch. And if you're forgetting to do the last stitch of your row, your work starts going up and becoming a little triangle, and it doesn't stay square or rectangle. So we yarn over, and we'll go in here, to the stitch. So you see we've got the front loop and we have the back loop. We grab our yarn, bring it through, yarn over, pull through all three. And that is your half double crochet.